the admin will interact, will use the hypervisor to create various virtual machines. Okay, so ये होता है virtualization. But in case of cloud computing, what happens is whichever client or consumer wants services, okay, what will they do is they can use that particular API that cloud computing provides. Okay, so cloud जो API होता है application programmable interface. So this interface can be in terms of control panel also, or there can be other types of interfaces available. Okay, available to the customer. So using those interfaces, the customer can directly interact with the hypervisor. So it is automated. Okay, here you don't need, in case of cloud computing, you don't need an admin or virtualization. The client can directly interact with the hypervisor using that API. Okay, the API, the interface can be of any type. Okay, so using that interface, consumer can directly interact with the hypervisor. Okay, and get the and consume means they can self-consume the cloud products. Whatever product they need, whatever services they need, they can self-consume the cloud products via that API. Okay, so in case of virtualization, whatever the activities are involved here, like creation of virtual machines, to managing those virtual machines, maintaining backups, everything. Okay, so creating, maintaining, managing everything, all these activities which are involved in, which are done, which will be done by the which will be done in virtualization. These things, okay, manually by the admin. So these things are actually outsourced to the API. Okay, these are outsourced to the API in cloud computing. So using that API, the consumers can directly interact with the hypervisor to get the cloud products in whichever way they want. Understood? So this is another very important difference between cloud computing and virtualization. यहाँ पे भी मेरा VMware है. If you want to see, I have it installed it. See, if you can see here, I have this VMware Workstation 12 player. So this is the VMware that I use. This is the hypervisor. Okay, not the hypervisor. This is my virtual machine application that I can use. So this is an application. Okay, to create virtual machines. So VMware use करके मैं अपने system में ही virtual machines create कर सकती हूँ. और यहाँ पे मैं virtual machines create कर रही हूँ मतलब क्या? मैं virtual environment create कर रही हूँ यहाँ पे. तो मेरे पास base मेरा जो ये operating system है. Okay, जो मेरा one more thing that you have to know is all the machines. Okay, these virtual machines are known as the guest machines. Okay, और जो हम लोग का जो main machine होगा, physical machine होगा, that is known as the host machine. ठीक है? तो इस host machine के ऊपर हम लोगों के पास various virtual machines होंगे. ठीक है? तो जो base operating system होगा, ठीक है? जो base operating system होगा, that can be any operating system, and on top of that you will have these virtual machines. Okay, and these virtual machines, depending on which hypervisor you are using, as I told you. Okay, so these virtual machines will have their own type. They can have their own resources. Okay, तो यहाँ पे जो operating system होगा वो भी अलग-अलग हो सकते हैं for these virtual machines. ताकि यहाँ पे Windows हो सकता है, यहाँ पे Linux, Ubuntu हो सकता है, यहाँ पे Mac OS हो सकता है. So any operating system can be there in this virtual machines. ठीक है? लेकिन base में मेरा एक operating system होगा या नहीं होगा, it depends on the type of hypervisor that you are using. Anyway, this is what virtualization is mainly. As you can see, like this, just look at this diagram here. So without virtual machine, this is my physical device. Okay, we have this much physical resources like processors, memory, graphics, storage, network, mouse, keyboard. Okay, these are the various physical resources that I have. Okay, and I have the operating system on top. On top of the hardware, of course, I have the operating system installed, and on top of the operating system installed, we have the various application softwares installed. And you can, by using these application softwares, you can access the various resources present in your system. Right? This is a virtualization scenario where, as you can see, on top of the hardware, Okay, the hypervisor has been installed. Okay, so this is type 1 hypervisor, which is installed directly on top of the hardware. So on top of the hardware, the hypervisor is installed. Okay, and this hypervisor is creating multiple virtual machines. तो यहाँ पे मेरा एक ही मशीन है और उस मशीन के ऊपर मैंने मल्टीपल एप्लीकेशंस इंस्टॉल किए हुए हैं and these applications will be accessing the various resources via the operating system. but यहाँ पे क्या है कि जो hypervisor है hypervisor ने क्या किया multiple virtual machines create किया है. यहाँ पे I have only one machine, this is only one machine, here I have multiple machines and on these multiple machines as you can see here, these are the various instances of these resources. तो हार्डवेयर में ये सारे रिसोर्सेज फिजिकली मेरे प्रेजेंट है बट इन दिस वर्चुअल मशीन्स यहाँ पे जो है सॉफ्टवेयर वर्जन क्रिएट किया गया है दैट मींस व्हाटएवर रिसोर्सेज दिस वर्चुअल मशीन्स विल बी यूजिंग अल्टीमेटली all those resources belongs to the hardware only sorry the main physical device only. तो इसी फिजिकल डिवाइस से थोड़ा थोड़ा करके रिसोर्सेज डिफरेंट वर्चुअल मशीन्स को फीड किया जाएगा. ठीक है, तो यहाँ से थोड़ा मैंने लिया, फिर थोड़ा प्रोसेसर, थोड़ा मेमोरी, थोड़ा स्टोरेज, थोड़ा नेटवर्क कैपेसिटी मैंने लिया और मैंने एक वर्चुअल मशीन में फीड कर दिया. ठीक है, थोड़ा और मैंने लिया दूसरे में फीड कर दिया. सो दिस इज हाउ यू कैन क्रिएट वर्चुअल मशीन्स एंड these virtual machines they will give you only at this virtual machine this looks very much like this machine. If you can see, these are the resources, this is the operating system, these are the applications. Here also these are the resources, this is the guest operating system. Why guest operating system? Because this is not your base operating system. Okay, ये जो है ये बेस ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम नहीं है. बेस ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम इज जो तुम्हारा सिस्टम का ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम होगा फिजिकल डिवाइस का. This operating systems are known as guest because they are the operating system for the virtual machines. So every virtual machine created will have their own operating system. Based depends on what operating system the consumer wants to use. And on top of that operating systems, you can have various applications installed to access the various resources. Okay, but anyway, these resources are nothing but these are some instances which are being used from the which are being used or taken from the original physical hardware resources. Okay, समझ आया थोड़ा बहुत? Any doubt? Anyone has any doubt? आज जो पढ़ाया उसमें से कुछ डाउट है?
No, ma'am.
Rest. Anybody else? Tell me. If no, then I stop the class and I will take the attendance.
No, ma'am.
समझ आया virtualization? The difference between virtualization and cloud computing, right? So next class we'll learn about types of virtualization and types of hypervisors. Okay. So I take the attendance now.